Hi guys, welcome to the Thursday night Premier League prediction show. Is back after the international break. How much have we missed the Premier League? Being a Leicester City fan at the minute with form. But this weekend we take on Manchester United in the Premier League at home. Cristiano Ronaldo visits the Premier League ex-winners. So the GOAT visits the King Power Stadium and graces the turf. Tonight, then, is the Premier League prediction show. We want your views. We want your comments, of course. And we want your predictions. Please like, share, and subscribe. As always, if you're watching live, if you're watching on playback, we are live 7 days a week. We've got the Fan Zone show on Monday night, the WSL Weekly show Tuesday night, the Away Fan Chat show on Wednesday, the Premier League prediction show tonight live, the pre-match show with Reedy tomorrow, talking all things Leicester ahead of a big clash at the weekend between Leicester and Manchester United. The watch-along returns Saturday with Elijah as Leicester take on Manchester United at home, so join Elijah for that. And the post-match aftermath show, the legendary one with Jamie at 9:30. Right then, guys, let's get started.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi guys, welcome to the Premier League prediction show. Tonight I'll be taking over Tom as Tom's at work and he won't be joining us tonight, so he's stuck with me for the third night on the trot. I've got guest ex-Foxes player Julian Watts joining me very shortly. Guys, as always, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you can find it, Leicester Fan TV. As always, let's get a few good evenings in then. Hassan, hello. Jeffrey, hello. Ross, hello. Matty, hello. Maz, hello. Fee, hello. Derek, hello. Haley. Hope you're well. Ian Betts, hello. Mark, I'm getting there, mate. Started, I was expecting Tom. Yeah. Richie Collins, hello, mate. How are you? Ivan Nylander, hello, pal. Hello from the UK. And Gav Hogan. Right, guys, get your score predictions in. Join in with the show. As always, get your views in. And let's add our guest in. No other than ex-Foxes player Julian Watt.
Hi, Jack. You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, Julian. How are you?
Yeah, really good, mate. Really good.
Yeah, welcome to the Premier League predictions show then, Julian. Let's put your football knowledge to the task then. Let's start off with the first game, the 12:30 game, Watford versus Liverpool. Julian, what are you going for in this one, mate?
I think Ranieri coming in is going to really tighten it up and it's going to make it really, really difficult for Liverpool, but they're in such good form. I see 2-0 Liverpool, but I don't think they'll score till late on and they'll probably nick another one later in the game. So a 2-0 for me for Liverpool, but I think it'll be a difficult afternoon for them to start with.
Yep. I think it'll be a very difficult game at Vicarage Road for Liverpool. I know they've got the likes of Salah and Mane, who will expect goals from a Liverpool's perspective. They've obviously got a good manager in Klopp who will want to build from Liverpool's draw to Manchester City at Anfield, which was a very good game. Watford, on the other hand, they'll want to build from that defeat from Leeds just before the international break. Obviously, former Leicester City boss Claudio Ranieri is in the dugout for Watford as he was appointed not long ago. Ex Premier League winner as well, Mr. Dilly Dong, as Leicester fans will know. Claudio Ranieri goes down as a club legend. I think Watford, maybe with Saw, will cause Liverpool's defence some problems. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Liverpool win in this one. I think Watford will score, but I can't really see much of Watford doing it. Sorry, Claudio, but I'm going to go for a Liverpool win in this one. Let's see what the comments are saying. Matty Bond, how are you? Watford win. Give Claudio a 2-1 win. Hassan has gone for a 2-0 Liverpool win. Easy 3-0. Matt Gatwood. Liverpool to win 3-1. Facebook user Hayden's gone for a 2-1 Watford win. Interesting. Fee 1-1. Ivan has gone for a 0-0. People have gone for a very draw. It'd be a good start for Claudio, wouldn't it, Julian, if he is to get that draw?
It would be, and he's really organised. We saw that, in the league-winning season, that he knows how to set a team up to not concede goals. And I think for him coming in at the club where they are in the league and at this point of the season, that's exactly what he'll do. He'll have been straight away trying to put his stamp on things, and the biggest thing he'll be worried about is conceding. And if he gets if a 0-0 for him, I think would be a fantastic result. And I know, like you say, you've got the likes of Sarr, who's got a lot of pace and is a handful for anyone, but I don't see them getting the opportunities to shine. And I do think Liverpool will be probably too good, but I think it will be a really difficult, tight afternoon for them. And I think they'll score goals late on.
Yeah, last time Liverpool visited Vicarage Road, it were a 3-0 defeat. Obviously, Big Nige was in charge. We was talking about that behind the stage. What a battering Liverpool got. They would have expected to go to Watford and win that last time round. Will it be any different? Well, it's a different animal, Liverpool are. They've won the Premier League since. And they've got some really good quality. I mean, Virgil van Dijk's back. Joe Gomez, Matip. They've got a strong defence. They've even got a good goalkeeper in Alisson. Terry, full evening, pal. Hi again, Julian. What's all the moonlighting?
I'm a bit loose, Terry. You know that.
Right, Julian, let's move on to the next one then. Aston Villa versus Wolverhampton Wanderers, a West Midlands derby.
Yeah, I think it'll have all that passion of Black Country derby. Wolves not had the greatest of starts, but they just sort of seem to be finding their feet a little bit. However, I do think Villa will be too strong for them tomorrow. A couple of good young players coming through, and they've basically got mainly the same structure they had last season, and they've just sort of built on that with a little bit more flair. Love Ollie Watkins, think he's a great striker, handful for absolutely anyone in this league, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him moving soon. I think it'll be tight, and I think there will be goals both sides, but I'm just going to go with Villa edging it 2-1.
2-1. Interesting. It's interesting, this one. Aston Villa have performed quite well this season under Dean Smith. He's brought the likes of Buendia in, Leon Bailey, some attacking threat, what they needed. Contra and Mings are performing at the highest level now. They've got a good goalkeeper in Martinez. Obviously, they lost 2-1 last time to Spurs. Will that knock their confidence? Ollie Watkins needs to start scoring goals. Obviously, Danny Ings as well. Good partnership up front. Good English partnership. Aston Villa's got their Wolves, on the other hand, beat a very poor Newcastle side 2-0 at Molineux. Jimenez got his first goal against Southampton not long ago. They've obviously got the beast and Adama Traore, who likes to put a bit of baby lotion on so they can't catch him. In your day, Julian, you won't wish you're putting that on your body, would you?
No, I wouldn't have fancied playing against Adama Traore wearing baby lotion either.
All right, handful for defenders. Wolves, Neves haven't really performed to the levels at the minute. Gianmartino, the experienced one in that Wolves midfield. Connor Cody, it's the Wolves defence, isn't it, Julian? What's leaking goals at the minute for Wolves? They really could be in a relegation battle at the end of the season. if they don't start picking up points now. They've not been on the greatest of form. I think this one will have Villa written all over it. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Aston Villa win. Let's see what the comments are saying this one. Hassan, 2-1 Villa. Mark Gatwood, 2-1 Villa. Fee's gone for a 2-1 Villa. Hayden, 2-1. Wolves 2, Mr. Hwang Hee-chan to bag a brace. I think a 2-2 draw. Hope you're recovering well, Jack. I am. New sofa, Julian.
I'm in the boudoir, although don't tell the wife, she wouldn't describe it as that.
She had mostly 2-1s in that one. Moving on to the next one then, Julian. The Premier League returns to the King Power Stadium as Leicester City host Manchester United. Let's talk about Leicester's season so far then, Julian. How do you think it's gone for the Foxes?
I think, obviously, with the expectations that we had at the end of last season, obviously just dipping out of the top 4, but we could see a lot of potential and a lot of positivity. We did so well last year, dealt with all the injuries that, that we had to have, and we jiggled the team around. And, for me, one of the, not the problems this year, but I think what we've got to find is not thinking about the personnel, but thinking about the right formation. So last year we stumbled on the 3-5-2 because for me, Iniacho wasn't great up top on his own, but with Vardy at the side of him, I thought they made a really good partnership. And when we played that 3-5-2, we looked quite strong and comfortable, and obviously got the results. Harvey Barnes doesn't fit into that. Perez as well. Where do you place him in that? And now that they've fit and strong, I think that's one of the reasons why the formations changed quite a lot this season. And I think that's been a real issue with the form. And I think also missing Johnny Evans, Seunchu doesn't look like the player that we've seen in the last couple of seasons, obviously missing Fofana. And I think, in that centre of defence, that is where we are struggling so badly. And I'm not saying the bad players who are playing there, but Vestergaard's come in. He's probably come in thinking, to the team, and it's been doing well, and all of a sudden we're on the back foot. I think he's found it really, really difficult. He doesn't seem to have settled in that well. And with everything going off around, I think that has just been the weakness for me at centre-back. Not bad players, but just in a bad moment and bad times. And I think Brendan needs to, get a formation that suits what we have available right now, stick to it, and go forward with it. And and that's what I'm hoping that we can do. On the prediction, I mean, I'm going with my heart here more than anything, but I feel also that Man United, I don't think Ollie's the greatest manager, if I'm honest, and I think he's got fantastic ability available to him. I mean, the players in his squad, I think me or you, Jack, could pick the team, roll the dice, send them out. We'd still probably get a result, but they've got that about them. They'll score goals. On this one, with my heart, we're due a win. I'm going to go 3-2. I think Vardy will get a couple. Always a pain in the backside for Man United. But it's going to be a difficult one, and it depends how the stars of Man United perform on the day, and do we sort of have a reaction to recent bad results, and hopefully we do.
Yep. Brendan Rodgers has turned down Newcastle United, isn't interested in the job, so Newcastle fans, boo-hoo to you. If you want to boohoo anywhere, go and check out James Madison at boohoomen.com for the next fashion design. Leicester City versus Manchester United then. Leicester always turn up against the big boys. We've known that over the years in the Premier League, that Leicester are very good against the big six, as Sky Sports like to call it. Leicester, the 5-3 win against Manchester United not long ago. We beat them in the FA Cup last season. On the road to the FA Cup win. Manchester United, I've got Cristiano Ronaldo gracing the turf on Saturday afternoon. What a great watch that will be, and what a goat he is. Jamie Vardy loves a goal against the top six. He's got one of the best records out there against them. Leicester need to turn the form around, and what a good game to do so. Kags and Vestergaard, it's not really Turkish delight, is it, at the minute for Leicester at the back? The human lamppost in Vestergaard, it's not really great. He needs to get stuck in more, needs to be more developed as a defender. I mean, he's great from set pieces, but not running or winning the balls. Johnny Evans is a massive miss. So is Fofana and so is James Justin. So our defence isn't great without them guys. I think when we get them back, they'll be very good and you'll see a different Leicester City. We'll be missing Wilfred Ndidi this weekend against Manchester United. Maybe that'll give Man United the advantage in the midfield battle. You know, Wilf can do a job and keep any team out on his day. But then they've forgot Man United. We've got Hamza Chowdhury, an old school tackler. Loves a good tackle. Loves to get his foot in anywhere. I think Jamie Vardy and Kel need to start this one together up front. I mean, Adamo Lutman is fantastic. He's had a good start. Barnes hasn't really proved it. Neither has Maddison this season. I just think we need to go all attacking against Man United and defend when it matters and get our bodies in front of everything. Keep Cristiano Ronaldo quiet and you'll be all right. Just don't give Bruno Fernandes a penalty. And I think Leicester will be fine. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Leicester City winning this one. I'm going to go for a home win. We need to turn that form around quick. Let's have a look what the comments are saying. Ross. Oh, that's Wolves. That's no good. That's not a good start. 3-0 Leicester. I thought Julian was down DFS. Hayden has gone for a 4-2 Man United win. Fee 2-2. Kellen Vardy together are a handful for defenders. Willie Mays 2-1 to Leicester. 2-1 to Leicester. Nacho to score first. Vardy to score the second. Considering they do have three big names out, such as Varane, Maguire and Cavani, hopefully we should stand a chance. Let's hope the atmosphere will be better at the King Power Stadium this Saturday and connect more with the ball. Jeffrey's gone 2-0 Leicester. Leicester need to score early and put them on the back foot. They do. Vardy over Ronnie any day of the week. We need to score first so we can stand a chance. 1-1. Ivan going to be tougher for both us and Man United. I see us winning though. Isn't Evans back? Well, I hope so. We need Johnny Evans with that experience at the back. 1-0 Man United, said Hassan. Good luck for Europa League. Thank you, mate, as always. Guys, if you're just joining us, smash a like. As always, subscribe to Leicester Fan TV. It's been much a pleasure. Tonight we've got guest Julian Watts, former Foxes and Sheffield Wednesday player, who played also with Nigel Pearson at Sheffield Wednesday. Knows Nigel well. There'll be a few stories Julian would love to tell you about him and Nigel, but we're not going to go there. Julian, the next one then, Manchester City versus Burnley. Which way is this going to go?
I think Burnley, we all know what they are. 4-4-2, work really, really hard, very rigid formation. They make it difficult for everybody, and they don't give up till the last minute, which is something I like about them. Something about the spirit instilled in them with Sean Dyche. Manchester City, they've hit the straps. They've shown some good form, and I think they'll go and win the game. But I think it's a bit like the Liverpool-Watford. I think it's going to be a really tough afternoon for them. But I can just see them getting through that Burnley defence. And again, I think this will be a late first goal for Man City. But I think they'll go and win 2-0 fairly comfortably. But I think like I say with Burnley, they really, really never ever give up. And I think it'll just be a tough afternoon, but they'll get over the line in the end.
So you're going 2-0 Manchester City. Oh, it's going to be a tough one for Burnley then. Tom's obviously gone 4-0 for the Manchester City game. He's gone Leicester to win 2-1 against Man United. Villa versus Wolves, Tom went 2-2. And he's gone for Liverpool to win 3-0 against Watford. Tom, this one has gone for a 4-0 Manchester City win at home to Burnley. I mean, if Burnley can draw 0-0 to Norwich, then really that's relegation form, isn't it? Norwich are at the bottom, haven't won a game this season. Leicester drew 2-2 with Burnley, where we could have done better. I mean, Manchester City, what can you say about them? They're elite. They're one of the best very teams in Europe without Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. Who needs them when you got a team Manchester City's got in Kevin De Bruyne, Raheem Sterling, and players like that. Diaz, Edison, fantastic players. They've got a fantastic manager in Pep Guardiola, who loves to get the best out of his sides. Burnley this season are very poor. Where are the goals going to come from, Julian, in this one? I mean, Chris Wood, Ashley Barnes, they're not exactly firing its cylinders, are they? It's more in the stand sort of football and going wide rather than in the net. I think it'll be a tough afternoon, a very tough one for Burnley in this one. I'm going to go for a 5-0 Manchester City win. I can't see any more than that. Let's see what the comments are saying then. The Cyber leader, West Ham United's gone for 4-0 to Manchester City. Hassan, 5-0. Fee's gone 4-2. Can see Burnley winning there, 1-0. Interesting. Yo, Hassan, how are you? Ross, 1-0 Burnley. Chris Wood to score the winner. Burnley have tall players at both sides. They do. 4-0. Mark Gatwood's gone. Messi wouldn't take a pub league 11. Make a pub league 11, okay. He's struggling in the French league at the minute, isn't he, Julian? Lionel Messi?
He is. It's a different culture. It's a different time. I think he's just been used to being in the same place, very comfortable, knows what to expect week in, week out. And when he's got the reputation that he has in Spain, you know, players will probably tend to stand off him and make life a little bit more easy than it ought to be for him. And he's gone to a different place. And obviously then they want to, stamp down on that reputation that he has and make it hard for him. And I think he's struggling to cope with that.
Yep. Who do you prefer, Julian? Quick one, Ronaldo or Messi?
Ronaldo.
I
he
agree
play
with
centre
you.
half, Messi can't.
Ronaldo wins everywhere he goes. He's done it at every club, hasn't he, Julian?
Yeah, he has. Yes, mate. And he could play more positions on a pitch as well. For an all-round footballer, if you wanted to drop him in at centre-back, he'd play centre-back. Messi, he's a one-position person. So I think Ronaldo, he's done it, like you say, everywhere he's gone, scored an unbelievable amount of goals and for his country. And he's just so versatile as well. What an athlete.
Yeah. The next one, Julian. Norwich City, the strugglers of the Premier League. As the Premier League record goes on without a win. I believe it's 20 plus now without a win for Norwich. Coming up against a very good on-form Brighton side this season. A very surprise candidates. Graham Potter's got them playing really well this season. How can you see this one going, Julian?
I'm going to book the trend with this one because I think Brighton, although doing well and Graham Potter's a good gaffer, obviously, I think they're in a little bit of a false position. They've had a good start where things have gone for them, but, on top of their decent form as well. I think Norwich, and I think we got away with a 2-1 down there, that on another day might have not gone that way for us. I'm going to go 2-1 Norwich. I think they're going to get over the line finally. I think Brighton will score, but I'm hoping that Norwich can get onto a win because I like their ethos as a club. They're a very family-orientated club, and I think if they went down again, the manager would still be in place, and I quite like that. They sort of know where they are in life, whereas other clubs probably expect a bit more, like I was going to see with Newcastle coming up. But it'd be nice if they could get the first win. So this is probably a sentimental choice rather than a knowledgeable choice, but I'll go 2-1 Norwich.
2-1 Norwich. Interesting. Julian's back in her first Norwich win. Delia Smith, if you're asking where are you at full time against Norwich, she needs to be cooking up some wins in the kitchen rather than Sunday dinners. This one for Norwich, I think it's going to be a struggle. Timu Pukki has just equalled the Icelandic. What does he play for Finland? Yeah, he's just equalled the record there in the international goals for that country. Norwich are struggling for goals. They brought some quiet players in Kabak and that in the summer. Spent over £50 million. They're not really the big spenders of the Premier League, but you got to spend, aren't you, Julian, if you're going to come up in this division. You've got to get a team who's going to keep you up. Tom's gone 2-0 to Brighton in this one. I think Brighton's going to make it very difficult. Morpay is on form. Lewis Dunk's playing well at the back. Graham Potter's played very well this season and got Brighton playing the way he wants them to. And what a force they look this season. They're not really pushovers in any game. I mean, they got lucky with Leicester in the VAR decisions, but we're going to forget about that one. I think Norwich, it's going to be more misery for them ones at Carrow Road. I'm going to go for a 3-1 Brighton win. Ross has gone 3-0 to Brighton. Dan's gone 2-1 Norwich. Mark Gatwood, 2-1 Brighton. 1-1 Brighton. Fee's gone 2-0 Brighton win. Norwich 0, Brighton 1. So not many are back in Norwich at the weekend. Our next one then, Yorkshire side Leeds travel to the south coast on a long journey down to Southampton. Will it be raining goals in this one, Julian?
This is a difficult one because if I ever have an acca at the weekend, which I often do, and I put Leeds in it, I never know which way it's going. So I now refuse to put them in any of my accas because they've ruined that many. So I think with Leeds at the moment, you really don't know what's turning up. You know, what they did last season was incredible. It's just not fired as well early doors this season, but it never surprises you if they come out of the blocks and actually get a win and do well. They're just such an unpredictable team. And I think part of that's with the way they play. They're so full on and in your face, and it can work one week and not work the other. So I find this difficult. And I'm probably going with my heart again because, I like the Southampton gaffer, and I think he does a good job. Even, he's just lost Danny Ings, so they are struggling a little bit, but he likes to get them playing well. And I'm just going to get Southampton to nick this one 2-1, just based on Leeds' unpredictability and the fact that Southampton are due a result.
Yep. Tom's gone for a 2-1 Leeds win on the South Coast. So Leeds need to turn up if Tom's going to get his result right. Southampton last game lost 3-1 to Chelsea at the Bridge. James Ward-Prowse will be missing this one. What a key player he is, Julian. James Ward-Prowse, and what a delight to watch, especially from free kicks and that, the way he moves the ball, the pass, and he's got a good shot on him. Southampton are going to be missing this game. Che Adams and Armstrong need to be banging in the goals if they're to beat Leeds this weekend. Leeds are coming on a 1-0 win against Watford. That'll give them a boost of confidence this weekend. Patrick Bamford will look to score more goals and put his name rightfully in that England squad come the World Cup next year. Leeds look a very good side under Bielsa. They've got a right good fan base, Leeds. They're up every game and they know how to back the lads when needed. I think Southampton's going to struggle with this one. I think Rafinha is going to be all over Southampton's defence, peppering them from the first minute till the last. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Leeds win in this one. Let's see what the people are saying in the comments. Dan's gone 3-3. Fee's gone 0-0. 1-0 Leeds. Mark Gatwood. Ross has gone 2-1 Leeds. Southampton 1 Leeds 2. Hopefully Bamford will be back for that one. Next game then, Julian. It's the West London derby. Brentford versus Chelsea. Which way is this one going?
Before the season started, or I think maybe after the first weekend watching Chelsea, I just straight away thought, blimey, these have got a good chance of winning the league this year. But I think we're all, I don't know if surprise is the kindest of words, because they've obviously got a good gaffer at Brentford. They've been knocking on the door for a few years, and what they've done so far this season has been absolutely phenomenal. The players they brought through with them, a bit like Sheffield United did, and they've got some really good stars in there. I'm an absolutely massive fan of Ivan Toney, and I don't think a big club would look at him, and it would surprise me because he's a big lad, he's very physical, but he has got a lovely touch and he sees a pass. And I think as he comes on, when Ollie Watkins appeared on the scene, so yeah, brilliant, great, works hard, scores goals. I think this lad's probably a bit better in my opinion. I know he's a bit younger, but I think as the season, transpires, I think we're going to see a lot more of him. And I think he'll be a big problem with his strike partner Boomer tomorrow. So I think Chelsea will win it. I think Brentford will score. So, and I'm going to go for a 3-2 Chelsea win. I think it'll be a very, very entertaining game. Brentford gaffer, very, very clever, works the opposition out really, really well. And it'll be tight, but I do see a lot of goals in it. And but I think Chelsea will just edge this one.
Yeah, Tom's gone 3-1 Chelsea away win. Brentford then, fantastic side under Thomas Frank, Ivan Toney, Brian Embuemo. What a partnership this season. They know where to find each other, like Matty Fryer and Steve Howard. What a pairing. Thomas Frank has got Brentford playing unbelievable football in the Premier League. They nearly beat Liverpool. Ivan Toney just offside. That could have gone on to be a Brentford win at home. Brentford fans right behind their team. I want to wish Brentford the very best of luck in the Premier League this season. I think they'll stay up. They're a very classy side. Chelsea are no pushovers. Very good European side. They've obviously got Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, Romelu Lukaku, who's going to be a beast if he starts against Brentford. They'll look to keep him out. Chelsea and N'Golo Kante, what can you say about him, Julian? Fantastic player, did well for Leicester in the title-winning season. He just runs around. He's like a real-life battery where, he's non-stop and you don't have to charge him up. He's got that full battery for life. And what a fantastic player N'Golo Kante is. And Thomas Tuchel is working wonders at Chelsea. They won the Champions League last season against a very good Manchester City side. I think Brentford are going to be very difficult in this one. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Brentford win. I'm going to back the home side. I think Brentford can get a win. Ross has gone for a 2-1 Brentford win. Tony the Tiger to score both. Chelsea 3, Brentford 1, Mark Gatwood. The Cyber leader, West Ham United, has gone for a 2-1 Chelsea win. It's going to be a tough one. 3-2 Brentford, Tony Attrick. Luke Cooper, 2-2. Fee's gone 2-2. Another surprise result. Fancy Brentford shock, Simon Hodgett. Interesting. Brentford are going to be no pushovers at the Julian come the late Saturday afternoon.
No, they've shown that all season. I think, I thought it'd be really difficult for them when they come up. I think it reminds me of when we came up a long time ago back in the 90s where we were going to go straight back down and we really fought hard, but we had a little bit of quality as well. And I think that's exactly what they're showing. They seem very together as a team, very united with the manager and how he wants them to play. And like I say, good players as well. And I really like the front two. There'll be an handful every Saturday afternoon for any defence in the Premier League. So, they're doing fantastically well. And it's one of those stories that you look at every week and you think, yeah, go on. Do you know what I mean? Go on and beat another team. Go and beat another team because it's what you want to see. You want to see someone like that in the mix and they're doing fantastically well.
Yep. Next one then, Julian, is Evertonians versus West Ham United. West Ham obviously lost their last game against Brentford in the 90-odd minute. Everton went to Old Trafford and got a point. Andros Townsend with the Cristiano Ronaldo sort of celebration, about fell on his arse. Damari Gray and Andros Townsend are tearing it up at the minute for Everton. Damari Gray, Leicester sold him, didn't they, to Leverkusen, and then Leverkusen sold him to Everton, and what a player he's become under Rafa Benitez. Which way can you see this one going then, Julian?
Well, I think bringing Benitez in for Everton in the summer, he's obviously going to be controversial with his history on Merseyside, but I think, the players he's signed, and I think he spent 1.75 on Damari, and, Townsend was a free and he's picked up a couple of others. And he's that kind of manager that knows what he wants from a player, but then also also can see what a player can give to him. And I think he's brought that out in those two players fantastically. For me, Townsend, he's always been a lively player, but not even a regular at Palace last season. But then, he's probably having the season of his life. And Demarai Gray, I've spoke about this before. His time at Leicester, it seemed to come to an end where he wasn't going to make the first team. Harvey Barnes was pushing through. He didn't seem he was. His form was a bit in and out, exciting 1 minute, not in the game the next. And you can always look back in hindsight and say we shouldn't let him go, but I think it probably was the right decision at the time. He wasn't doing it. He'd been there for a long period, and how long do you go on? But he's obviously refreshed, and mentally, the experience of leaving Leicester, where he thought he might have gone on and been a regular first team, might have jolted him a little bit, and then to come back to a great manager like Rafa, who sees something in him. And he's obviously giving him, great coaching and instruction how he wants him to play. And he does look a totally different player to the player that left Leicester, and that is a lot to do with coaching, but a lot to do with life experience and where he is as a young player. So I think Rafa has done ever so well with those two signings, and they are literally on fire. They're on the team sheet every week. I fancy, West Ham, not the team or the force, or they've not set off quite as well as they did last year. Still a very good team, lots of good players, Antonio, handful for anyone, and all the players behind him. I think Everton will win, and I was undecided between 2-0 and 2-1. I think I go 2-1 because I can see West Ham scoring. They do score goals, but I think it'll be tight. But I think Everton will come out on top. They've had a fairly strong start with, I think, one hiccup, but they look a really well-structured, difficult to break down, formidable side. So and deservedly where they are in the league. So I'll see them just getting over the line at 2-1, but it'll be a good game, that one.
Yeah. Everton at home. The Toffee fans are going to be right behind them from start to finish. Demarai Gray and Andros Townsend are going to run the show down their wings. They played very well against Manchester United. Lucky enough to not pick up 3 points. Yerry Mina dancing away like he was on a dance floor to then get ruled out by offside by VAR. Everton are performing well. Obviously, they had that defeat to Aston Villa, but they put that behind them and carried on performing well under Rafa Benitez. West Ham United, Mikel Antonio, the tank. Will he be running over Everton come Sunday afternoon? He's a fantastic player, isn't he, Julian? He's a beast, and he's a right handful. We talk about Adama Traore for Wolves. Look at Mikel Antonio, played for Sheffield Wednesday, Forest, then come up to the Premier League for West Ham, and what a formidable player he is, scoring goals, and he's got the pace to go with it and knows how to beat defenders. They're coming off that 2-1 defeat to Brentford, West Ham. Does that knock their confidence a little bit? Obviously, they're in Europe as well, playing well and picking up the points. I think West Ham are going to edge this 1-2-1. I think Everton will get that goal with either Demarai or Andros Townsend, but I think Mikel Antonio is going to be a right handful for them defenders, and I think he'll pick the Everton defence off one by one. So I'm going to go 2-1 West Ham. Let's see what the comments are saying then. Luke Cooper has gone for 3-1 West Ham. Fee's gone 2-2. Dan's gone 1-1. 2-1 Hammers, Mark Gatwood. Thought Leicester might have gone for Townsend. So Stephen Bates. 3-1 West Ham win. Let's move on to the next one. Then Julian. Strugglers Newcastle, who are now the richest club in the world. Newcastle fans will tell you that, and so will the media, versus a Tottenham Hotspurs side where Harry Kane wants out. Where's this one going then, Julian?
Well, they might be the richest club in the world, but they've not added to the squad this week or changed the manager. So I'm not sure that much will change there. I can imagine and it's daft in football when you say this, but I can imagine the atmosphere at St James's Park and the lift the news this week of the takeover has given everybody. It will bring that little bit extra to the game. I know Spurs have had a slightly difficult start, but I still think they're a very good, strong team. Son up top for me. God, one of the best players I've seen in the last few years in the Premier League. I think he would grace any team. I think any team would sign him. You know, your Man United, your Man Cities, your Chelseas, if he was available, I think right now they would sign him. I think he's an absolutely fantastic player. And a very strong Tottenham team that are just sort of getting used to a slightly different style. And I can see them winning. I can see Newcastle scoring. I think the euphoria of the crowd and, you know, St James's Park is electric when it's full and the buzzing. And I think what we've experienced in the last month or so is obviously Steve Bruce isn't a popular candidate with the supporters. And any time in a game, I mean, that's an understatement, obviously, but any time in a game where it's not going quite so well or going okay, the crowd is on a real negative sort of viewpoint of the manager and of the team and of the match and everything. And I think the positivity will come through and the crowd will just be so up for it. I still see Spurs winning. Like I say, I think it'll be 3-1, but I think Newcastle will get something, but I still think it'll be a sorry afternoon, and I think there'll be a lot of events occurring the following week after the result.
Yeah, Newcastle coming off a 2-0 defeat to Wolverhampton Wanderers at Molineux. Spurs beating Aston Villa last game 2-1 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Newcastle, richest club in the world, you know, but they can't really buy players right now. Brendan Rodgers said no. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it. You stuck with Steve Bruce this weekend. Get behind your manager and get behind your team because they need you more than ever now. Maybe in January, I hear they can spend £180 million. Right now, they can't. They're just going to have to go with what they've got. I mean, Newcastle, it's going to be like Leicester, a progress. What's going to keep building and building? It's going to be one of them jobs. It's not going to happen overnight. There's a lot of building need doing at Newcastle from the manager to the team. I mean, Sepp Maximan, what a fantastic player he is. I mean, they're very struggling this season. One of the favourites for relegation with the bookies. Tottenham, on the other hand, Harry Kane doesn't want to be there. Where does Harry Kane want to be? He's being linked with Newcastle. Maybe he'll have Harry Kane playing for Newcastle at some point in the near future if Manchester City don't get there first. Son, an incredible player that he is. I really rate him as a player. I think he causes all sorts of trouble in. I think he's one of Tottenham's best players, if not the best. He carries Tottenham when Harry Kane's not there, and what a fantastic player he is. I think Newcastle are going to struggle this game against Tottenham. I think the Newcastle crowd are going to be really up for this one. They'll back their team throughout the whole 90 minutes. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Spurs win. I'm going to go for Son to score, and I'm going to go for Alan Sepp Maximan for Newcastle. Let's quickly see what the fans are saying then. Newcastle win. 1-2 Spurs. Fee 0-0. With the atmosphere up this weekend, I think that will lift them. A 1-0 win. Sepp Maximan on the wing. 2-2. It's not going to be an easy one for Newcastle. I mean, they've not got the players at the minute. Like I say, it's a steady progress. You could give Steve Bruce the money, Julian, to be honest. I mean, they just need to get behind him, don't they? Give him the money in January. I think he'll do wonders. But that's my opinion and not theirs.
I think so, but I don't think from past, his history that... And I read an article today where someone was saying that, I think it was Gus Poyet saying that, as a manager, you wait all your life, all your career to spend that amount of money. So why not let him do it? I don't think there's a lot of confidence in him, if I'm honest. I don't think the way he talks to the media comes across very well. It doesn't for me. I think he's quite down on himself and very retracted. And, I once heard him say that he hoped the fans loved him as much as they loved Benitez. And I thought, oh, dear, mate, that isn't the route that I would go down. I'm here now. I'm going to do the job and, let's get on with it. But to refer to the ex-manager who was greatly loved, I thought it was poor, to be honest. And he has a lot of excuses every game and a lot of excuses for situations. And I think that doesn't breed confidence. And I think this takeover has been going on for some time now. There'll have been a lot of planning in the background that's going to be put into place quite quickly. I'd be amazed if he's there next week. You know, stranger things have happened, and they might have that faith in him. But I'm sure there's a short list of managers, and on that, I think Brendan would be an absolute mug if he even contemplated going to Newcastle. He's a great club that I think a lot of other Premier League clubs are jealous of the relationship, not just with the fans and the players, but with the hierarchy at the club. It's just a fantastic place to be, and you know he'd be there for a long time to come and hopefully grow and get more success if he stays. And to let something like that go, I think I think it'd be a really poor decision on his part. So let's hope he stays.
Yeah, Steve Bruce, I think he's lost the dressing room. You know, if you watched him in the cup against Burnley, you know, he stood away from the team as they had that huddle for the penalty shootout and that. There ain't much of a relationship, is there, between Steve Bruce and the players? You want a manager who's going to have that bond straight away and get involved, and Steve Bruce doesn't have that. I mean, managing Sunderland, Newcastle ain't going to forgive you for that one, are they, really? Very straight away. They're going to hate you from the first time you signed that contract. I mean, that doesn't help his case either, but, you know, he doesn't help himself in any situations, his press conference and that. And he comes across as a very boring manager, the way he speaks to the media. You want that enthusiasm, don't you, Julian, from these managers? Yeah. Exciting times for Newcastle now, with the new owners and that. But like I say, steady progress. They're going to build for the future. 5 to 10 years, they're going to win the Premier League, they say. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. Or will they just become the next Manchester City and just buy all the players and maybe it don't gel as quick as they want it to? Get some Geordies in the team. Well, we all love the Geordies. They love their football and they just want the best for their football club, and they deserve so much better than Mike Ashley. Let's put that one out there. Julian, let's move on to the next one then. Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. Arsenal side who drew 0-0 with Brighton, and a Crystal Palace side who terrorised Leicester from the first minute till the last, who were lucky enough to get a 2-2 draw. They could have even gone and got the win against the Foxes. How's this one going, Julian?
Yeah, I think Palace started slowly. Obviously, again, you know, with Vieira coming in, different style, different, you know, manager, a lot of change to what they had last season. So it was a slow start, but you can see them in the last few fixtures where they're growing in confidence, they're performing a lot better, they look a bit more dangerous. Going back to the Leicester game against them, I think for me it just highlighted what I mentioned earlier, which was about, you know, our defensive sort of frailment at the moment. You know, the second goal should have been cleared for me. It bounced around for, you know, a few seconds, 5 or 6 headers in the box, and you need someone to take charge of that. And we didn't, and got punished, and thought that was, you know, poor on the day. You know, Arsenal, that seems to be a long-term project. Hopefully, they seem to have given Arteta, you know, a bit of leeway where maybe another manager or another club would have cut the ties with him, because, in all honesty, the performances or the, you know, results have been very sporadic as he's been in there, and there's been no sort of consistency with it until, you know, this last month or two, and he's just got manager of the month. So he seems to be turning it around. He seems to have got hold of the players, and they look like me that they are showing some decent form. So as well as Palace are doing, Arsenal at home, you know, I think it's on the Monday night. I go and see them. I think it'll be 3-1. I think Palace have got enough in the team to score a goal, but I do see Arsenal being dominant that night. So I think it'll be not a foregone conclusion. It'll be a difficult game for Arsenal, but I think they've got too much ability, too much strength for a Palace team. Yeah,
an Arsenal side who have got fans who don't really like getting behind any manager, no matter who it is. Mr. Good Evening, Unai Emery. You know, it's all produced on Arsenal Fan TV with all the Arsenal fans. You know, you expect better from the fans. Get behind your club, for God's sake. You know, support whoever's in charge. Sometimes things don't go the way you expect in life. You just got to stay with it and things will get better. Back Mikel Arteta. I know he's not the manager you want or you wanted. Just get behind him, you know. Arsenal have got a bit of form together now. Arteta is unbeaten. He obviously beat Spurs, so that'll give some Arsenal fans to talk about in the North London derby. I mean, a Crystal Palace side who's played well despite the defeat to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. The coming up at Arsenal against former player and legend in the invincible side, Patrick Vieira. Everyone's criticising Patrick Vieira, saying he's not a manager. But like I say, all good players don't really become good managers. You've got to be lucky with that, haven't you, Julian, to get that sort of thing. Look at Frank Lampard, fantastic player. Haven't really cut it out as a manager so far. But, you know, I think Crystal Palace are going to be a very hard team to beat. Edouard, Wilfried Zaha, you know, they're going to cause all sorts of problems. And I mean, Conor Gallagher, he's proving really good for Crystal Palace. I mean, Patrick Vieira's brought in his own players, and the owners are backing him. I just wish Arsenal's owners would back them, really, because they don't seem to be getting that anywhere. You know, they seem to be taking and not giving back. And I think that's where Arsenal struggle as a football club. You want an owner who's going to give the best for the team and want the best for the football club, like our owners. So much respect for Top and Vishai since taking over our football club. Arsenal, on the other hand, their owner just bring bad vibes. I mean, it's like Mike Ashley at Newcastle. You don't want owners like that at your football club. I think Crystal Palace are going to be a difficult side in this one. I think Crystal Palace are going to go and win this one 2-1 away at Arsenal. Fee's gone 1-0 to Arsenal. Arteta will muddle with the team again. A place win for me. 3-1. 2-1 to the Arse. 2-1 to Crystal Palace. And that is it for the prediction show. Let's have a look then what's coming up on Leicester Fan TV. We've got Reedy tomorrow night for the pre-match show, talking all things Leicester City ahead of Manchester United. Got the watch-along at 2 o'clock on Saturday. Join Elijah. All the boys be down at the King Power. So you'll see all our post-match and pre-match content before the game. Let's hope for a Leicester City win, and let's go and smash the United. The aftermath show with Jamie to talk post-match about Leicester v Man United in the Premier League. Join him for the legendary one at 9:30. Guys, as always, smash a like, share, subscribe if you've enjoyed the show. Thank you, Mr. Julian Watts, for joining me tonight. You've been a great guest. And thank you for coming on.
No worries at all.
Cheers, Julian.
Cheers.
That was Julian, ex-Foxes player. Most of the older Leicester fans will know him well. A great career. 3-2 Palace. Go and collect your money, Julian. Terry says, guys, thank you as always. Tom will be back next Thursday with the Premier League prediction show. So join in for that. This is Jack. Actually, thank you to ADT, Hollogram, Tiger, Peter Pizzeria, Pukka Pies, Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, the Foxes Arms, Newby Co. And don't forget to cancel. Thank you to all the guys who sponsor us at Leicester Fan TV. It's a pleasure. Go and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, wherever you can find it, Leicester Fan TV. It'd be much appreciated as always. This is Jack from Leicester Fan TV saying goodbye for now. Ta-ra. And thanks for watching, guys. Much appreciated. Bye-bye for now.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co. Estate Agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.